Hello everyone, my name is Katie, I'm the Introverted Reader, and today is my April wrap-up. And I genuinely can't believe I'm saying those words because what happened April? Where did you go? This month I read 6 books and I DNF'd one, which is really sad. I hate DNFing books, but sometimes you just have to because it was bringing me no joy. And I'll talk about that book first and foremost. Now, if you watched my previous wrap-up, then you'll know that Truth Witch by Susan Dennard was not really a book that I enjoyed. And the book that I DNF'd, yes, you guessed it, is the sequel, Wind Witch. Man, this book was boring. Oh my goodness. There was nothing happening. Like, every single storyline of every character, like, they were either going somewhere or looking for something, or I don't even know. I just kept zoning out all the time and nothing was happening. It was just so boring, like I said, and I just didn't care about any of the characters and what they were doing, and I kept forgetting what their cause was. I just didn't care, and I just got really bored, and I hate that I had to DNF this because it is a lovely looking book. And I just got the last book in, well, the most recent book in the series and the novella, if you remember from the book haul I posted a while back. But Wind Witch did not do it for me, so we had to DNF it, which means I could very well be getting rid of it. And the book that I read instead, because I put down Wind Witch and I was like, I don't know what to read now, so I got my Kindle and I read The Wicked Deep by, I think it's Earnshaw or Shea Earnshaw, I think it's Shea Earnshaw, I can't remember. But I read The Wicked Deep on my Kindle and it was so good. Like, it was really short and kind of trashy, but it was what I needed to get me through like this last sort of like week or so. It's basically about this tiny little island called Sparrow, which is like off the coast somewhere in like Oregon in the United States or something. It's not real, obviously. Well, I don't know. But anyway, it's set on this tiny little island where 200 years ago, these 3 girls were drowned because they were accused of being witches, you know, practicing witchcraft. And then every year on this one particular night, the spirits of these girls come on the land and inhabit the bodies of 3 random girls, and they drown boys. They basically, let me just fix myself, oh my goodness. They lure boys to their deaths in the ocean. And there is insta-love in there, I will say. I didn't really feel for the relationship, if I'm completely honest, but like the whole main storyline, you know, like why the girls did what they did and like their backstory, how they came to the island in the first place, and you know, just like the whole backstory of the island in general, I find really interesting. It's really dark. Like, and I kept reading it and thinking, I really hope that our main character like gets off this island, because this island sounds like a trash heap. Like, it was just all gloomy and grey and rainy and cold all the time. And honestly, if I lived on a place like that, sweetie, you would find me on the first boat to the mainland out of there, okay? But anyway, all in all, Wicked Deep, I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And also, the book that I read this month was our April Introverted Book Club pick of the month, and that was The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, which I really enjoyed. It's basically about this guy called Quoth, and he sort of not leads a double life, but more he had one life, and then he sort of left that behind. And now he just works as an innkeeper, and this man comes to his inn, and he is like he's like a chronicler, he's like a storyteller in sort of a way, you know, like he writes down, basically he's a writer, pretty much, you know, he writes down like records in people's lives and stuff like that. So, and you know, him and Quoth get to talking, and then Quoth starts telling him, you know, like his backstory, you know, where he came from, and how he wanted to go to this place called the university to study to become an arcanist. I think that's what it's called. It's kind of like alchemy in sort of a way. It's not so much magic as it is science in sort of a way, but I find it really, really interesting. I love the dialogue between all the characters in this book. I love Quoth. Like, he's so smart and so witty, and just, you feel for him in this one because he goes through a lot. He goes through a lot, you know, like, he deals with a lot of tragedy and just like a lot of heartbreak. And when he gets to you know, the university, I'll not spoil anything too much, but basically he just talks about barely having enough money to buy himself more than one. Like, he had 2 shirts to his name, you know what I mean? And just like the struggles that he went through, you know, like being at the university and being probably a lot younger than a lot of the students. And just sort of trying to have to like prove himself and stuff like that. And there is an element of magic a little bit in there. I kind of wanted to see a little bit more of that, because I did find it really, really interesting. I wanted to see a little bit more. But I have the Wise Man's Fear, which is the sequel to this book, on my shelf, and I do plan on reading that soon. I have it written down, I think, to read maybe in May, either in May or June. I'm not entirely sure. I don't usually plan what I'm gonna read, but The Wise Man's Fear is definitely one that I want to read because I really, really did enjoy this. Anyway, 4 out of 5 stars for that. And then I got my Kindle again and I read the first 2 books in Sarah L.K. Wilson's Dragon Chameleon series. Now, if you remember, I read the Dragon Skull series by her last year. They're like really short, if you know what I mean. They're not so much novels as they are like novellas, because they only take you like an hour or something to read. She describes them as a TV show in like book form, if you know what I mean. And the Dragon Skull was like the first season, and this is like the second season. It's set in the same world, pardon me, but we're following a different character in this one, and I read the first 2 this month and they're amazing. And if you haven't read any of her Dragon Skull books, then I highly recommend that you do, because they're amazing. Anyway, there's those, and here, oh my goodness, and I read this month, oh my goodness, Defy Me by Tahereh Mafi, the 5th book in the Shatter Me series, which I only just read last year for the first time ever. Everybody else has read it like 4-5 years ago, but I only got on the train last year, and oh my goodness, this is actually turning out to be one of my favorite series ever. I absolutely love this. It's amazing. Like, I love all these characters. I love this world. I'm trash. I'm actual trash for this series, and I cannot wait to read Kenji's novella. Like, I have Warner's novella up there. I need to get it read. I'm not going to read Adam's because Adam can choke, but I need to read Kenji's as well, and I need to read Warner's because Warner and Kenji are my babies and I love them so much. Like, every single character in this series are my babies and I love them. 5 out of 5 stars. I love the series so much. Comment down below if you love the series too, because I need someone to gush about it with. And the last book that I want to talk about that I read was Queer Eye, Love Yourself, Love Your Life. And it is written, of course, by the amazing Fab Five, which would be Bobby Burke, Karam O'Brien, Anthony Porofsky, Jonathan Van Ness, and Tan France. Oh my goodness, Queer Eye is my literal favorite TV show ever, and these 5 guys are literally my favorites ever. I love them so much. I follow them on social media. They're amazing. Like, follow them on Instagram. Like, you need to follow the Fab Five on Instagram. You need to watch Queer Eye. This is basically a book about, it is literally like an episode of Queer Eye, but in book form. They're talking directly to you. I listened to this on audio, and oh my goodness, the 5 of them narrate this, although the creators of the show narrate a little bit at first and give you sort of like a backstory on the TV show and stuff like that, and you know, the original TV show and what they wanted to get out of that, and also the reboot and how these five met. And what I love is whenever they were talking about how they first met each other, they all said that even if they didn't get the job on Queer Eye, they wanted to stay friends because they melded together so well. Like, they met each other at the auditions and were just like, okay? No matter what happens, we're friends, okay? We're exchanging numbers, we're exchanging Instagrams, it's happening. And I'm so glad that these 5 men find each other, and I'm so glad that I found Queer Eye. Like, I love this so much. And each one of the 5 of them, they go into like their own personal journeys, you know, like where they came from and where they are now, and how they got the call about Queer Eye and stuff. And it's just, this book is just amazing. Like it says on the back, first things first, you're already fantastic, honey. You just need to learn how to work it. Don't worry, the Fab Five is here to help you become your best self. And that is what I love about this show. Like every single person they come into contact with, they're just like, already, you are amazing. But let's just clean you up a little bit because you're a little bit rusty. Let's just clean you up a little bit, get you a haircut, you know, let's get you a new shirt because that one does not work for you. And it's just, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And listen to the audiobook of this book if you can, because like each one of the 5 of them narrate, and there's even a little bit of music that plays. And, you know, honestly, every single one of them have like the best reading voices, like especially Anthony. Anthony could lull me to sleep. Oh my goodness, I want him to sing to me in French. Oh my goodness. That sounded a bit weird, but it's true, and I will not apologize. Anyway, these are all the books that I read this month. 3 physical, 3 on my Kindle, and I DNF'd 1, which is really sad. But I also want to talk to you about what I'm currently reading in my little book sleeve right here. Isn't my book sleeve just adorable? It's got foxes on it. Anyway, the book that I am currently reading is Shadow Scent, The Darkest Bloom by P.M. Freestone. Look at this beautiful shiny cover. Look at her. Look at her. I am 200 pages into this, about 230 odd pages into this. I'm loving it. I just want to say it's amazing. I have it tucked away here in my book sleeve, which is like a soft fluffy pillow. I love it. Anyway, that is my wrap up. That is what I'm currently reading. What did you read this month? What are you currently reading? Did you have to DNF a book this month? Let me know down in the comments. If you have a question, leave it down in the comments. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I will leave them down there. And if you want to know anything about the Introverted Reader Book Club, please follow me on Instagram. And there is a link there to the Facebook page if you want to come and join us. But even if you don't, I will be updating on Twitter as much as I can. Okay, I will maybe make a video just about the book club in general. But if you would like to join, our May book of the month is Furyborn by Claire Legrand. I have it over there, but I'm too lazy to go and get it. But yeah, that's what we're going to be reading in May, Furyborn by Claire Legrand. It's going to be a good time. Anyway, I will stop talking now. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye.